Well, greetings, wherever you are viewing us from. My name is Dr. Chanel DeGuzman, and I am the State Director for Miss Corporate America Michigan, and we welcome you. We are so excited that we have one of our beautiful queens with us, Elise. I'll have her introduce herself and tell us a little bit about who she is.
Yes, thank you for having me, Dr. Chanel. My name is Elise, and I am Miss Corporate America Lifetime Queen. I won in 2012 as Miss Corporate America, and then in 2018, I was voted Lifetime Queen at that time.
Well, congratulations, and
Thank
you,
you.
exude queenship.
Oh, thank you.
So tell us, Elise, what has been a memorable experience you've had throughout your journey with MCA?
It started from the beginning, really and truly. I mean, there's been so many, but I guess I can start with when I competed. My mother-in-law had just passed away, and I wasn't even going to compete, and that's something I haven't actually told anybody. So you're the first one. But when I was competing, I almost did not compete. Let me just put it this way: after maybe several months of a sponsor wanted me to compete, and they actually told me, compete. I'm going to sponsor you. And they said, you're going to win.
Wow.
But when I heard that my mother-in-law had passed away, we knew she was not doing well. I decided that I wasn't going to compete at all. But it so happened that we were flying out and there was no tickets available for me to fly out. For my family, yes, because it was my mother-in-law. So my husband had to fly out with my girls. And then I was staying behind. And because I was staying behind and the competition was 3 days, I could fly out on Sunday. And so we decided collectively as a family that I was going to stay and compete, even though I was not in any position to compete at the moment.
Right.
At that moment. But I went ahead and I was like literally flying on air. But I started meeting and kind of getting my mind off of it, meeting these wonderful professionals, wonderful people that individuals that are just, I mean, shining. They're women that encouraged me and were encouraging others. I learned from them. They learned from me. They were so accomplished. And I was just so excited actually to meet them. So that was the first experience. And of course I won. I ended up winning and I couldn't believe it. I was like, wow. And it consisted of several categories, and it was interview, it was evening gown, and also customer service. So interview, if you win the interview, is 45 at that time. I'm not sure what it is now, but it was 45% of the whole entire competition, because Miss Corporate America is not based on beauty alone. It's not based on, your physique
Talent
or talent, really your talents, really your professional talents.
Right.
So you have to be beautiful inside and out, like we say.
That's right.
So I won the interview, and I did not know I won the interview. But when I was on stage, when they said I won the interview, I was like, wow, that's 45%. I said, if I win one more category, then pretty much I win. But at that point, I wasn't even
calculating all of those numbers. Right.
I was not really calculating. I was like, okay, whatever. So so when they called my name, I was very surprised. It was actually the question, on stage question that I had. I guess I won because of that. I did the encore question, and for whatever reason, the audience liked it. I wouldn't even know what I was saying.
Well, obviously it resonated with the audience because you got a significant amount of boost in that interview. So.
But I want to say is that you don't have to be polished. You don't have to be, somebody that's behind the, in front of the stage or in front of the cameras. You don't have to be any of that, because what they're looking for is a woman that is an accomplished woman in business, somebody that has integrity, someone that can carry themselves professionally, and that's what they're looking for.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's somebody who can represent the crown.
Exactly.
And somebody, like you said, who is professionally accomplished. So it could be a corporate professional, a leader. It could be an entrepreneur, definitely having an impact in their community.
Exactly.
So for community service. And then also some elegance. So there is an evening gown portion.
Yes, it is.
But we just want to make sure everybody knows no swimsuits. And
right.
it's not a, pure talent. It's talent on your professional pursuits and accomplishments, and so
Absolutely.
that's something to applaud. You know, we
Yes.
really do want to highlight the accomplishments of professional women because
Yes.
you're making impact and influence.
Absolutely.
So tell us, Deanne, Elise, what has been your platform and what have you elevated, and how has MCA helped you to advance your platform?
Yes. Once I won, I got a great reception from from Orlando, Florida. That's where I was competing. I was a director of a networking group. Before I competed, I was very present in my community. Actually, I also ended up being a mentor for a nonprofit organization called Letitia's House. They're for women that have been trafficked. So that actually gave me that platform to go ahead and speak to women and even leaders in the community. I was called also to make representations, highlight my business at the time. It was a wonderful experience.
That's great. And I understand your business revenues also grew as a
Yes,
result of
yes,
being crowned.
yes, and exactly. And because I was pursued by my community, that my revenue, yes, my company grew.
Yes.
I was very busy, and I was also carrying the crown, so I had to be very mindful of my schedule,
Right,
of course.
right.
But we can, as women, we can do a lot.
We can. And speaking of which, you happen to be here again supporting Miss Corporate America Michigan. And I just want to say, as the state director, how grateful and appreciative I am that you would take the time to come and lend your crown, your presence to our call for contestants, which actually is on tomorrow. What would you
That's
say to
wonderful.
prospective, thank you, to prospective contestants who, are thinking about, have interests, but not really sure? What would you say to those individuals?
Yes, I would definitely say to any woman out there that is a professional, entrepreneur, a business owner, or work in the business world to consider competing for Miss Corporate America, because not only we are a competition system, we are a sisterhood. You meet so many accomplished women that you can learn from, and they can learn from you. It's a self-development competition, I must say. You will come out of there feeling more confident, feeling that you can do anything.
Awesome. And what would you leave our audience with in terms of, sort of a one word, experience that really defines your journey as Miss Corporate America?
That is so hard. It's a hard question in one word, but I must say that I feel blessed that I competed in Miss Corporate America,
Yes.
because I had so many opportunities that I would have never had if I wouldn't have competed and
Yes.
won. And even if you compete and you represent, you still out there. You still can promote yourself,
Absolutely.
and promote corporate America and your experience.
Absolutely. Well, Deanne, Elise, thank you so much.
You're
You wear that crown in such an elegant way. We appreciate all that you've done for Miss Corporate America. And we want to encourage anyone who is
Thank you.
interested, please stop by and see us, or go to misscorporateamerica.com. Look at any state that you are interested that you reside in. Again, I'm the state director for Michigan, and we'd love to have you. Thank you so much for viewing us today.